Thanks guys, thank you everybody, and Alex Daly, thanks very much for sharing this here today. We're at the Youth Rally for Freedom, first one that has kicked off here today in St. Stephen's Green. We hope everybody is to join us on this journey over the course of the next number of weeks and months in Ireland at the moment. My name is John Caulfield, I'm 28 years old, I'm from Wexford. And the reason I'm here is because I believe we're at the precipice of the most seminal moment in human history. I think there's change coming that is completely unprecedented in any of our ancestors' lives. I really believe that young people in particular have been severely disproportionately affected and have their entire lives absolutely stolen from them. They've been guilt-tripped, they have been bullied, they have been chastised and castigated by the establishment to not live their lives and to not be out here having freedom. Why is everybody afraid to live their lives? We are out here, we're living under tyrannical occupation here in Ireland, and it's not just in Ireland, it is over the world. This is a global technocratic takeover. They want to create a neo-feudalistic system in which they own all the resources of the world. They want to consolidate and centralise everything, take away every element of sovereignty from every individual, take away the nation state, take away people's culture, their heritage, their livelihood, their traditions, their families, their friends, absolutely everything from them. Now that's not conspiracy theory, that's my opinion based on my own research. And yes, I have done my research. And yes, I do not have a fully conceptualised view of this. Nobody does. There's this term that's going around about people waking up. And for those who don't know, the term being awake it's not very clear, it's not very tangible, but essentially what it means is you realise there's dark evil forces here. And yes, I say evil, because there's a spiritual warfare being absolutely perpetrated by the elite upper echelons of society all over the world, and no more so than in Ireland. We are an absolute test case for the global technocrats. They are using us because of our ancestral history, because we were so in touch with nature, because we were the Fighting Irish, because we have the ability to feed 60 million people on this land. We are the land of saints and scholars. There's a lot of our Irish ancient history that's been hidden from myself. I never would have considered myself an extreme nationalist or an absolute patriot until I've realised that my nation and my people are under existential threat at the moment. Here, us back in Ireland thousands and thousands of years ago, we were actually the most progressive society. We were ruled by decree, not by consent. We actually did save civilization. We were so important. We were to the forefront of the advent of modern science. We created construction tools which are still used in modern day. People entered into individual contracts with one another in which they gave each other a family heirloom, and it incentivized people to actually fulfill that contract. We didn't have this excessive governance over our lives. We had an embedded social contract in which there was a consensus. People agreed to it. We were incredibly progressive for our time. The nation state needs to come back. We have lost all our sovereignty. The nanny state is gone absolutely wild. Look at some of the mad things that they're putting out. You have to stand here, stand there. You can't sit inside to have a meal. We're in Ireland during the summer. What kind of weather do you think we have, lads? Seriously. But the reason I am here is I'm trying to be kind of a contact between the youth and the older movement, because I feel so much sympathy and empathy for those younger people who did not know a world without social media, did not know a world which was built on the bedrock of strong community values, in which you called to your friend's door and you just knocked, and you had good fun, you had good times with your friends and family, you knew everybody on your street, you weren't living in avoidance mode in your screens, completely polarised by technology and social media. Everything was the antithesis of good human values. Let's look at the kind of society that we have at the moment. It is not kind. It is not caring. It is not compassionate. It is not for the benefit of people. We are going down a dangerous, dangerous path at the moment. But I don't want to dwell on the negatives, because I personally am brimming with positivity. I believe that there is going to be change like no other in this country. People are going to go back to decent, common human values. And they can derive that from whatever it may be. It may be humanistic values. It may be religion. It may be spirituality. All of these are very important to give a deeper sense of meaning, because this is spiritual warfare. Look what they have planned for us for the next 10 years. It is complete and utter totalitarian technocracy. It is not for the betterment of me and you. The Great Reset is not for the betterment of me and you. There is a lot of rabbit holes for people to go down, guys, and I'm not gone down all of them, and I never will. There's nobody who's fully awake, so to speak. But essentially, do your own independent research. Speak to your neighbours. Speak to them. Don't be afraid to be chastised or castigated or judged because you're not going to take this experimental drug therapy, which is still in trial until 2023. Have belief in your own bodily autonomy, in your own immune systems, in your own self-respect. To be who you are, to live your authentic purpose. And that's what young people need to have. They need to get their voice back in society, to be able to speak. And that's what I hope to be a part of here, and I hope to be part of it for the rest of the summer, and that more and more young people come here, speak their truth. And thank you very much. Woo!